Ah, woo! What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai. And today I'm going to talk about it's finally here, man. Philadelphia Eagles open training camp today. This is the official start of the 2022-2023 season. I'm gonna just get my outlooks on the team and some of the position battles that we should look forward to as training camp, as the teams report today, but get on the practice field starting tomorrow. Before I get into this video, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, I'm gonna have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. Whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy. Also, if you're a Madden 22 player on Xbox One, I'm gonna have my Xbox One gamer tag down in the description box also. Oh man, I'm excited, man. Philadelphia Eagles start training camp today. Obviously, a lot of questions to be answered. This is a pretty good roster. On paper, this is probably the best roster that we've had in a few years. When you just consider the overall depth of the team at every position. And ironically, the one position that we may be sort of the weakest at may be the quarterback position, which honestly I feel like is a good thing as far as we have a team around Jalen Hurts. So if this season, barring injury, of course, if this season don't go quite as well as we all expect it to go, which me personally, my expectations is we could win this division and we could at least win a playoff game. At least I feel like that's the floor for the year. Um, you know, win the division, or if you don't win the division, you get in as a playoff team and you knock off somebody in the wild card. Gotta at least get to the divisional round of the playoffs, yo. To me, that'll be a successful season, and then you continue to grow with guys like a Jalen Hurts if he could prove that he is the franchise quarterback of this team. Guys like Devontae Smith continually getting better. A couple of the other skill position players like Dallas Goddard, becoming a top tier tight end, and stuff like that. So it's a critical year, and I'm gonna start with the quarterback position. Jalen Hurts is where it's at, yo. This team, look, I personally like Jalen Hurts a lot. Um, is he polished as a passer yet? He's not. Is he one of the better quarterbacks in the league right now? He's not. But do I think he could at least get to that point to where, um, he's somebody that could help this team definitely win consistently? I do believe that if he has the right pieces around him, which I think he does this season. Um, he's eligible after this year to get an extension by being a second round draft pick. Um, so it's a make or break year for him. Last year I felt like was solid, had a lot of ups, had some really bad downs. Particularly the playoff game and the game against the New York Giants on the road. But other than that, I thought he was solid, and he even had a couple of games where he was outstanding. I went to the game in Atlanta, the season opener, and he was spectacular that game. But you got to just continuously to improve. Um, the position is his. There's no ifs, ands, or buts coming about it into the season. He got to go out there and get it done. I've seen so far that he's put on a little bit of muscle. There was some reports that he wasn't as good as people was hoping he'll be in OTAs, and there was some reports that he looked really well. I guess what we'll know is once we line up in Detroit week 1, I guess we'll all find out for sure. But it's his make or break season this year, and I feel like he's the difference maker on this team. If he's really good, I feel like this team is really good. If he's not so good, this team may be held back a little bit. The offensive line to me is pretty much solidified for the most part. We got that right guard position that's pretty much opened up. Landon Dickerson played a lot. As a guard, he was at first drafted to be Jason Kelsey's heir apparent, but now it looks like he's filled in nicely at the guard position. So he's going to be the guard with Cam Jurgens being the future center for Jason Kelsey. But other than that, man, except for a battle or two at one of the guard positions, I feel like the O line is solidified. The backfield is pretty much solidified. Miles Sanders coming into a contract year. He's the featured guy, but you're gonna get a little bit of Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott, and things like that. And we're gonna just see what happens, man. It's if some of these other, undrafted guys could come in there. We got the undrafted rookie from Oklahoma. Let's see if he could come in and kind of fill that Jordan Howard type of role as being more of the physical downhill running back. As we know, Miles Sanders, Gainwell, and those guys are more home run hitters. The tight end position, the number one guy, Dallas Goedert. There's no question about it. I feel like it's time for him to step up and become one of the better tight ends in the league. He has the skill set and the physical tools to be a top tier tight end in the NFL. He gotta go out there and he gotta do it. If he goes out there and do it, I feel like he could have a big time season and be one of the top five tight ends in the league. Now behind him is a little bit of a question mark. We got the rookie from SMU. We got a couple of other guys like Jack Stahl, who's more of a blocking tight end. JJ Arcega-Whiteside trying to make the team as a tight end. Tyree Jackson coming off of an ACL injury. So we're gonna see how all that play out with that position. And then you look at the wide receiver position, where I think is going to be the biggest battle besides the safety position. I think the wide receiver position is going to be the biggest battle in camp. Your three starters are AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins. Zach Pascal, you would think would have a solid position on this team as a little bit of a do everything type of wide receiver. But then that fifth, sixth wide receiver position is a question. We got the first round bust Jalen Reagor out there. Greg Ward, who's made plays for us in the past, is out there. John Hightower, a guy who's stuck around, is out there. And then we got the two youngsters coming in, Devin Allen, who has world class speed, and then Deion Kane, a guy who's been productive, in college on a big time level. Though that's a very, very intriguing battle to see who makes the team as the fifth and sixth wide receiver. You feel like Devin Allen may make it just from the speed factor, and he could probably bring a lot to the return game, which Jalen Reagor has not given us. But it's interesting to see how we move on from Jalen Reagor, so soon in the Jalen Reagor era. Can he have a Nelson Aguilar type turnaround? Or is this it? He's just proving that the guy just can't play, at least not in Philly. So that's a very intriguing matchup. Then you look at the D line, man, it's solidified. You got guys like Fletcher Cox back, Javon Hargrave, Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, the rookie coming in, gonna be the zero tech, nose tackle. And a bunch of other guys, man, Brandon Graham and them, the linebacker position. I think this is the best depth we've had at linebacker in years. The pass rushing edge rushers, you would think it would be more of Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat. And then of course in the inside, we had TJ Edwards been there the last couple of years, but we got Kazir White who's expected to come in and make plays. And the Kobe Dean, a guy who was a blessing, just fell to us in the third round, somebody who should have been a first round pick. So I'm pretty excited to see how the linebacker core play out. The secondary, the corner position is pretty much solidified. Darius Slay on one side, James Bradbury on another side, Avonte Maddox in the slot. And then, the other position battle, like I mentioned, besides wide receiver, is the safety position. You got Marcus Epps out there. You got Kavon Wallace, who's been a little nicked up so far in his career. And you got the two veterans, Anthony Harris and Jaquiski Tart. That's going to be a very, very intriguing position battle to see who's going to be the bookend starting safeties. And I'm sure, we're going to have packages where we rotate those guys in. And I think all four of them are going to play. If healthy, are all going to be out there every game, giving us a certain percentage of snaps. But it's an intriguing matchup to see throughout training camp and preseason to see who wins those position battles. But obviously we know Jake Kelly is our kicker. He gonna do his thing. We got to get more from the punter position, man. But we're going to see what happens with that. But overall, I'm excited. It's the start of a new Eagles season. The team hits the practice field tomorrow. And I'm just excited to see what happens, man. Can't wait. Uh, but with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I have Philadelphia Eagles, NFL, and content of my other teams throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly Eagles fly.